welcome back. Dr. Gelman here, naturopathic doctor. Welcome back to my kitchen. All right, so we're going to continue on the series of smoothies. And as promised, we're going to review the different protein powders that I recommend and that I actually take myself. A lot of people have really good questions about that, and there's some great protein powders out there and there's some not so great protein powders out there. So this video is going to really help you to understand how to find the best one and which one's going to be most nourishing to your body. Now, going back to why I even do protein smoothies in the morning is that I know that we feel best when we start our day with protein. It's very important as a way to balance our blood sugar, to increase our mood and our energy, is that we have to start our day with protein. Now, if you have the time to make an omelet and you use whole eggs and a bunch of veggies, then do that. But if you don't have the time and you're on the go and you're either going to consider, am I going to skip breakfast or should I do something else? Then absolutely do a protein shake. So I always recommend this to people on the go or for people who are really trying to up their calories, because you could just put a ton of things in a protein shake. All right, so what are my favorite protein powders? It really comes down to either a plant-based protein powder or a whey protein powder. So I'm going to go through my two favorite ones and you guys can decide for yourself. But when it comes to whey protein, there are definitely different things that you have to consider. Now, these are my two favorite brands. You can actually find all my favorite protein powders on my website on drilannagelman.com under my marketplace. I have a whole now virtual dispensary, so you can find all that good stuff for, and it's free to create an account. But these two ones are on there. One of them is called Vital Nutrients Pro Whey, and the other one's Vital Whey. The reason why I love these is because it says it very clear, and I've also talked to the manufacturers, you can always call, but that one, it's coming from grass-fed cows. That's essential, and we've talked about that in other videos. And that it's coming from non-denatured whey protein, meaning that the process that it undergoes to extract the whey and to isolate the whey is coming from low heat processing, and it's undenatured, meaning that the proteins that you're actually going to be consuming are in its full, complete, wholesome form, where you're getting the most optimal nutrition from it. Now, one of the things that I love about whey protein is that it has the highest form of cysteine out of all the protein powders, and that converts into glutathione. Glutathione is one of our strongest antioxidants in the body, and we know that as we age, it decreases. Now, I do a lot of nutrient testing at my at the office, and so for my patients, and so I know if a patient is low in glutathione or low in cysteine, I always choose whey protein over a plant-based protein because it's higher in cysteine and it's naturally occurring precursors to glutathione. In addition, the grass-fed and undenatured vital whey, or the whey proteins, are also really high in what's called immunoglobulins, lactoferrins, and serum albumin. These are naturally occurring in raw, in grass-fed dairy products and milk, and it's hard to get access to that these days. And so they're still included in these types of really, really good nourishing types of protein powders, okay? So that's what you're looking for when it comes to whey, is that you want grass-fed, undenatured, and that it actually says on there that it combines those immunoglobulins, lactoferrin, and albumin. And that's why I love these brands the most. Now, when it comes to plant-based proteins, I've gone through so many different types, and this is actually by far my favorite. It's called Ground-Based Nutrition Superfood Protein Smoothie. You can find these at all the Whole Foods in the San Diego area, all the Sprouts nationwide, and on Amazon, and they also have a great website that you could visit. Now, I'm a little bit biased because this is some good friends of mine actually created this locally in San Diego, but I actually for the last year have tried to avoid it because I didn't want to be so biased. I've tried so many different protein powders, Sun Warrior, Vega, I mean so many different ones, and this by far tastes the best, and it has so many great greens and medium chain triglycerides, so it's got your coconut oil, and it has digestive enzymes in addition to fiber. It's a really great complete meal. I mean, this even tastes good with cold water. You can put 2 scoops in it, shake it up, and you can actually have something like that on the go really quickly, and it's more of a complete meal because it has your greens, your protein, your fat, and all those excellent protein. So this is wonderful. And like I said, I am biased about this, and it's the best one that I've ever found. So now I recommend it to people, and I always let them know that I'm biased with it. I don't make money off of it. I'm not supporting them in that way, but as far as the best quality goes, by far this is the best plant-based protein powder out on the market. So I highly recommend this one. And because they're my friends, they're actually able to give you guys free samples of them. So I'm going to put that little link down at the description on the YouTube page. So go ahead, get your free sample. My favorite one is this vanilla cream, but I'm hooked on this. I actually really, really like this. And I kind of go back and forth between the whey and the superfood. So once again, I'm going to make a smoothie today, but remember, a smoothie has to contain your 4 basic balanced ingredients. 1, your protein from a high quality protein powder. 2, it has to have a healthy fat. 3, it has to have good colorful vegetables, so greens I love a lot. And then that 4th one is going to be like a nutrient-dense carbohydrate, which is what I use as the fruit. So let's go ahead and make them for ourselves for this morning. So I'll start with my little blender thing. I've got organic, fresh, frozen, actually they're not fresh, but they're frozen berries. You can kind of see them. I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. I've got this little handy, I put the protein powders in here just so it's a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that in. Now for my greens, I'm going to go ahead and use spinach again just because I love it. But I got this big, big bag. We go through this. It's amazing. But we have a great place. If you're local to San Diego, you should check out Specialty Produce. One of my friends told me about it, and I'm hooked. It's essentially the wholesale warehouse where all the restaurants go for all their produce. And I'm like in a candy store. Oh my goodness, I love it. So I get these huge, big bags of all this great produce for a really good deal. And it's all organic. It's excellent. I'm going to go ahead and use almond butter this time for my fat, and I use some cinnamon for some of my spice. And then I'm just going to put water in it, put the lid on it, blend it up, and then I've got a complete balanced smoothie for this morning. So that's about it. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to get going. And then next week, we're going to talk about what are the different components. I went over protein, but the different fats that I can use. Remember last week I used coconut flakes. This week, I'm using almond butter. But there's so many different types of fats, so I'm going to go over and review. What can you put into your smoothie to make it just a variety so it's not always the same thing? All right. Have a great week. I hope that you learned something about protein powders. It's really important to get good quality stuff. Use that link below to get your free sample of Superfood Smoothie. I love it. And enjoy. So see you next week. Bye.